Hi, welcome back. Candace here, and today I'm sharing another layout for the cut shop. And here is a look at the cut files I'll be using today. Wacky Web. From Wicked Fun, I'm going to use that small spider web. And from Hey Jack, I'm going to use the Boo. So I cut out these cut files, and I'm using the collection from Crate Paper. And I'm going to scrap this picture of my little guy dressed up as Superman last year. So I'm starting out with the Wacky Web, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some various papers from the 6x6 paper pad and back the Wacky Web with those pattern papers. So you're going to see me here grab various pattern papers from that 6x6 pad, and I just measured them behind that web and then cut them and adhered them with my tape runner. So instead of using different pattern papers for the entire thing, the entire web, I decided to just choose, I think, 4, and I just did 2 of each of those pattern papers just to add a little bit of consistency to the web. So I think I'm going to do those pattern papers that you see there, the orange, and then the multicolored one, just to bring in all the colors of the collection. I wanted to make sure that I had one pattern paper with all the colors in it, and then the black and mint one, which I love because mint is my favorite color to scrapbook with, and I love having it paired with black. So unique. So I love that. So I'm going to use those 4 pattern papers and back the entire web. And then as soon as I am done backing the entire web, I'm going to decide on my background paper for my layout. I initially thought that I was going to use a plain white, and then there were a few other of the 12 by 12 sheets in the collection that I really liked that I thought I might want to use. So you'll see me just looking at a few of the 12 by 12 papers and trying to decide which one I wanted to use. So just today we are doing our blog hop for the Cut Shop. So make sure that you visit my blog and leave a comment there, and you will be entered for a giveaway. Today I'm giving away the cut file of the Wacky Web. So all you have to do is go to my blog and leave a little comment there, and you'll be entered to win that cut file. And then there will also be a giveaway on the Cut Shop blog, and all the other design team girls will be giving away cut files on their blogs. So make sure you hop around and take advantage of those giveaways and see all the inspiration from the other design team girls. They're all so talented, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this design team. So here you'll see that I finally decided on a white piece of cardstock, and here I'm just marking the edges of that web so I know where to add that watercolor. So I'm starting just with black and the packaging technique, and I'm gonna get pretty messy here, and I'm just gonna go in a large circle all around that textured white cardstock, adding a little bit more. I just love that packaging technique because it's so easy, and what's fun about this Halloween layout is the messier, the better it looks, because it's a Halloween layout and it's supposed to be spooky, and so you can be nice and messy with it. So right here, what I'm doing is I just took some of that orange and watercolor, and I was testing that to see how that looked. and it wasn't the right color, so I decided to grab my Distress ink, and that ended up matching the collection a little bit better. So just adding some water and again using the packaging technique and making a mess all around my paper. So once I feel like I have enough ink all around that paper, I'm going to go ahead and take that web and adhere it down on my 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So I just used a little bit of adhesive because I'm going to go ahead and do some stitching with my sewing machine. So with some black thread, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some big messy circles throughout that web. I think I just started on the outside and just slowly worked my way to the inside of the web. Just making it messy stitching all around, and that was great because it just adhered down that web and it added a good bit of texture. I love how that turned out. So now I'm just putting together the rest of the page. So I'm using that Boo from the other cut file and the little spider web. So I'm going to go ahead and take those pattern papers from the 6x6 paper pad, and I'm just going to find some papers to back my photo. So I grabbed a bunch of papers and I created a little photo stack, and then here you'll see me using my little straight edge to distress the edges of the papers. So I went all the way through and distressed the edges of all those papers, making cuts on some of them, tears on some of them, and then just removing some of the color on some of them. So I love how that ended up turning out in the end. I really wish that when I worked it went this fast because, wow, I would get layouts done really fast. Look how fast that goes. So once I go ahead and finish that, I'm going to go ahead and adhere that photo stack down, adhering my photo to that photo stack, and I'm going to end up placing that in the lower right hand corner of that web. So I have a few embellishments here that I'm going to add, and that was from the 12 by 12 chipboard sheet, that little banner. So that's going to go towards the top of that web. And then I'm just going to look for a few other embellishments to add to the layout. So I'm grabbing the 6 by 12 sticker sheet, and sorry, I'm kind of out of frame here. There, I just moved it up. So I added that October chipboard piece and those two glittery arrows, and then right here I have the 6 by 12 or 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and I'm just trying to pull out some of those stickers. So here is that tag again, the Hello Pumpkin tag, and I love that tag because I just think it's so cute because I call my little guys pumpkins. And so I so wanted that tag to make it onto this layout. I tried to put it on my last one and I couldn't find a place for it, and I so wanted to find a place for it on this, but I still think it doesn't end up making its way onto the layout. It just ended up being too big of an embellishment for that lower right hand corner, so I think I ended up placing something else there. So I'm just going through and finding some different embellishments. I want to make sure that as I add embellishments, the colors are balanced across the page. So you saw me swap out that October piece for an orange piece, and then I went ahead and replaced the mint piece back again, and that was because those arrows were orange. So I needed to make sure that I have colors all around the page and they're all balanced. It just helps the eye move around the page a little bit easier and make sure that all the colors are continuous across the entire page. So I'm just looking for some more embellishments. I love that this collection comes with so many cute embellishments and lots of options here for little things to add. So I think that little sticker says treats please, and that's going to end up staying there tucked in that little photo stack. And just looking for a few more things. I ended up taking some glue and gluing down that little bat. Sometimes those chipboard pieces can tend to come up because the adhesive on them isn't very strong. So I just wanted to make sure it stayed on, so I added a little bit of that Ranger's Multi-Medium Matte. So I'm liking how a lot of this is looking, so I'm starting to glue things down. And that's where I take off that tag and I realize that it just is not, it's not working as much as I want it to work. It's just not working on this layout. So when you're clustering embellishments, the best thing to do is have them overlap just a little bit so everything looks connected. So my bat is overlapping my boo, and then the October is overlapping the boo, and so everything just ends up being clustered together, and it just makes everything look like it was just nestled in there and supposed to be pushed together. So that always looks a little bit better as opposed to leaving space between all your embellishments. So I think we are coming to the end of the layout. So I think I'm gonna add a few more touches and then I am all done. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. Thanks so much for stopping by, and make sure to stop by the Cut Shop blog and my personal blog for the giveaways and for more fun. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.